What's up, guys? This is my first YouTube video, so you're gonna have to cut me some slack, but I'm gonna start doing a little kind of series on my truck that I just bought. It's bought a 1986 Nissan 720. It's got the Z24 motor in it. Kind of indecisive what I'm gonna do with it. I don't know if I'm gonna make it into a drift truck or just make it may do it like a racetrack truck. I'm not sure. It's gonna be badass either way. So this first video, I'm just gonna tell you guys what I did, and then I'm gonna show you how to kind of delete the vacuum lines, because I know everybody's always asking how to delete the vacuum lines on all the forums. I had to look it up, but I know there's like really no videos on how to delete the whole vacuum system, because it's not needed. It's just for emissions. You don't need emissions for trucks this old anyways. You're not going to have to be doing emissions tests. So first thing that I did, I got it home. This truck hasn't ran in 3 years. It was sitting at a old man's house. He was a farmer. He got cancer, so he got sick, so he wasn't able to drive it. He just sat out in his yard for 3 years, never was cranked. Bought it for $700. He was asking 900. Told him I'd give him $700 for it. It's pretty good condition. There are a few dents. There's just a little bit of rust just in the bed, and then there's just some surface rust here, just kind of here and there around the body, but nothing's been really roached out on the actual body, the frame. Just the worst of it's back there in the bed, where he said that he had a battery. It kind of blew up. Battery acid got on it and it ate through it. So it kind of went through. This is like a double wall bed, so it went through both, and it's even on the outside. But it's not bad at all. Like the biggest hole that there is like almost the size of a quarter. That's like the biggest hole. So it's not a big deal. The paint's in okay condition. It's been oxidized on the top, of course, but a truck this old, it's been sitting near it. It doesn't. I don't care about cosmetics, really. I'll take care of that down the road. So yeah, I'm just gonna make it either drift truck, track truck. Don't know which one. Probably might even build it so that way I can do both. So I'm just gonna show you guys, or tell you guys first real quick what I did. I've already done an oil change. I've already ran the truck. It drives. The transmission feels like it slips a little bit. So I'll have to, it's probably just a clutch. Have to get a new one. It only has the original miles on this is 93,602. That's the truck. Everything's the same. The motors never went through or been gone through, nothing. 93,000, not bad for a truck this old at all. Because I know I used to have a 92 S10, and that thing had 197,000 miles on it. So this having a little more than 100,000 miles less for $700 is, it was a great deal. So I've done an oil change, new battery, had to drain the gas, had to get a new fuel filter, new spark plugs, new distributor cap, new spark plug wires, new coil packs. Yeah, that's about it. That's all pretty much done. Just tune up and just draining that bad gas, because that gas was horrible. It still kind of sputters a little bit. I wasn't able to drain all of it because in my driveway it's kind of a slant. But I put 5 gallons of fresh gas in it, but I think that there's still it's kind of like, I think it might be like a 60-40 mix of the bad gas and the good gas, so it kind of sputters just a little bit, but I just got to take it up to the gas station and fill it up, and I think it'll be good after that. But today I'm just going to show you guys vacuum delete, what you can and can't remove. There's only one hose. You literally, when somebody says that just remove everything, you can really literally just remove every vacuum hose except for, I think it's 1 or 2. Actually, it's just one hose you have to leave, and it's the distributor, and it's from the distributor, and it goes straight into the carburetor. So I'll show you guys that, and we'll get moving forward. I'll show you guys what I'm doing as from now. Right now I'm just kind of stripping stuff out of the engine bay, making it cleaner, repositioning things, just making a little bit more room there, because I am probably going to turbocharge this motor. So I just want to go ahead and have everything ready for when I do that. So I'll show you guys what I did, and we'll go from there. Alright, so here's the engine bay. Of course, like I told you, new wires, new cap, new spark plugs, new battery. So what I've really removed right here, don't worry about this area if you're trying to, if you're watching this on how to remove just how to remove all the vacuum lines, don't worry about that. That's where your coolant reservoir is. I already removed it. You might have to remove it. This is for the gas tank. This goes to the gas tank. I honestly don't know what it's for, but I capped it off and it's doing fine. So that's where your coolant reservoir is. Then on right here, here's all the stuff I removed. You have this little, it's kind of like, I guess, I don't know if it's a heat shield or if it was just a mount. It goes in like that, and you have that vacuum connector in the midst of that. And then you get both coil packs mounted on the front, or on the side, and on the back of that. Like on the side of it and back. And then you have like, it's 4 lines going in. You're going to have these 3 that go into these 3 metal ones. It's going to be a normal hose to the metal and then back to the hoses that goes into your carburetor. And then you have the 1 hose that goes from it into the gas line. I think it's just a breather. It's for emissions, so it doesn't matter. So I just unmounted that. I took the whole thing off. You can remove all the hoses on that, so don't even worry about it. Just remove all the hoses. So the only one you're going to want to worry about, and 3 of the ones that come out of that, like I said, go into this. You can remove all 3 of them, except for one, which I still have it hooked in. I don't know if you can see this. This 1 hose feeds down there to the bottom of the distributor. This is the only hose you really have to worry about. I went ahead and disconnected it because I'm going to get rid of this metal, the metal hose connection, and I'm just going to run it straight up, and I'm going to put it underneath here, and it's going to run. I can't remember where it goes into in the carburetor. I'll have to look it back up to see where it goes. That's the only one you really got to worry about. Everything else you can literally rip it out. And then over here, there was another mount that had 2 little sensors. It had, I believe, it was like these sensors right here, and the vacuum hoses went in here. There's 2 of them over there. So I removed those. You can unplug them. They just unplug from these. It's still pretty dirty in here. I've already cleaned it once, but after I removed everything, there's just all this stuff that's just kind of stuck underneath it. I removed that, unhooked both of those. Now the other. Actually, that's not, like I said, there's only 1 hose that needs to be hooked in. But you have to make sure it will not crank unless you have these capped off. You can get these at AutoZone or Advanced. You need, I think it's 7 30-seconds and then 5 30-seconds. You're going to use the 5 30-seconds the most because you got 1, 2. I haven't capped these off. I got to go back and buy 2 or buy more because they didn't have enough. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think that's the only 6 you got to cap off with those. And then you got this. I don't know what size this is. This is a pretty big one, but if you don't cap this off and this one off, actually all 3 of these right here, it will not run at all. It runs like complete garbage. So these, you have to cap all this stuff off. Like, you don't have to, but just keep things from going in the intake. You don't want to cap everything off. And then 7 30-seconds, 7 30-seconds. I think this is a 7 30-seconds down here. And then I think this is I believe this might be a 7 30-seconds. So those are the only 2 sizes you need. You do need to get just 1 larger one for this one. Like I said, I'm not sure what size this one was, but just go to AutoZone. You can get the big pack. Let me see if I can find it in the truck. Excuse the mess in here. I just had to throw my tools in here. I went on vacation, so okay. It's gonna come in like a pack. Oh shit! Just looking everything out. It's gonna come in a pack with a bunch of different sizes. Don't forget about those screws. And then I also bought this one. So it comes with, has everything on the back. So it's got 5 30-seconds, 3/16, 7 30-seconds, 1/4 inch, 5 16ths, and 3/8, 5 of each. But you're gonna have to get this, and then they sell a pack like this of the same size too. So I'd go ahead and buy 2 because you're gonna need, more than 5 of the 5 30-seconds. And then I only really used 1 out here. I believe it was this size, but I don't know where the back of it is to tell you what size it is. But yeah, each one of those, they're just a few bucks. I think I spent maybe $10 just on plugging all these up. So that's it. That's literally all you have to do to do the vacuum line delete, and it looks so much cleaner in here. I wish I had a before picture, but I don't. It makes it look a million times better and a lot like not so clear. Those hoses were annoying because there's so many of them. It was ridiculous. So what I'm working on now, or now that we got the vacuum line delete out of the way, I wish I could have done a video on it, but I wasn't thinking, so I didn't record it. But like I said, it's literally self-explanatory. You unplug all the hoses except for the one at the bottom of the distributor. That's the only one you need. I'll have to look up where that one plugs back in at, because because I honestly can't remember. It's this, I think it's this one that comes out, or it might be this one. So I think it goes up here somewhere. So it's this, it's gonna be this one, I believe, because it kind of twists, and I think it plugs in one of these. I'm not sure though, so don't take my word for that. So what I'm working on now is just kind of relocating what I don't need, or getting rid of what I don't need, and relocating what I do. I may get rid of windshield washer fluid. I don't know if I'll keep that, but I've got my coolant removed, of course. That's probably going to stay there. But right here, when you remove that kind of shield, you pretty much got rid of where you mount your coil packs. So I'm thinking the way I just had them sitting here, I've got the other mount right here for the other one. I think I'm just going to literally mount them up just like this, side by side, because that seems like the best bet, because there's not a lot of wire here, so that's pretty much as far as they'll go. I mean, that clears up some room just like that, because of course the turbo, like the manifold, is going to be up here, so the turbo is probably going to end up being mounted. I might mount it about right here, so this may have to be, oh no, that's not going to be able to be moved. So we'll figure it out when we get to that one. What else have I done? Oh yeah, like I said, I replaced the fuel filter. The fuel pump was so good. I'm going to do, on one of the videos, I do need to replace the fuel lines. As you can just tell easily, they are in bad shape, and I need to these are just sitting here. Only, I don't know why, I don't know who did it, but only the fuel filter was mounted. It's on the inside of where the fuel filter is right there, and the fuel filter was just kind of sitting in the frame right there. So I got to make 2 mounts for that. I've got to get new fuel lines. I may go ahead and just run a whole new fuel line up to the front of the truck as well. I don't know if I need to get a new filter right there too or not. I'll have to take a look when it's a lot lighter out. Let's see what else. That's about pretty much what I've done to it so far. Like I said, I'm going to be doing a lot to this truck. You know, if you want to keep posted on it, if you like mini trucks or even just drifting in general, because no matter what, I'm going to do some burnouts and drifts and things in this thing once I get it going good. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys on the next one.